Офигеть. Вот это спина. Почему после включения записи демка на секунду хуже стала?
Ну, потому что на секунду.
Да, по-моему, не
Hello,
только на
welcome to
секунду.
PlayStation Access, where Ash and myself are fresh from our very first hands-on with Marvel Spider-Man 2.
It was good.
I can't believe we've actually played it.
Yeah, honestly, it was such a good day.
It was a very good
It
day.
was a
There
very
was,
good
I
day.
mean, there was a big
Ну, эта сцена
chunk of the
прям очень
game we got
хорошо
to
выглядит.
play. If you've
Ну,
been
освещение
following Marvel
классное.
Spider-Man 2 and you saw what was showed at the most recent showcase, we got to play in and around that section of the game.
And slightly further as well.
And slightly further. We won't be spoiling any story stuff, but we're going to give you our fresh, excited impressions on the gameplay,
Поиграл в какую-то
on
версию просто
controlling Peter Parker with his new
Версию
symbiote
Не
powers.
Скорее всего,
On
может,
some of the
версию какую-то.
traversal,
Ой-ой-ой, как хорошо.
and
Вот
you
этот
finished
костюм
the
просто
preview.
офигенный будет.
I didn't,
Не
because
знаю,
I was doing
я
other
пока не говорю
things.
ничего
Yeah.
про
Он
It's a really
выглядит,
exciting
выглядит
event
неплохо.
full of
Rob
cool
was just
stuff.
looking at things.
Ну, это немного
Also,
странное
you know,
решение.
you had the station, and I got to jump on a little bit later.
Yeah, I was the spider player.
So you're like, you know, you did the end bit, which
Yeah.
we'll talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But
Easy боже.
first, the first thing I want to talk about
Где Соболь?
is the traversal, because
быстро.
I always forget just how amazing it feels, and I think in Marvel Spider-Man 2,
Мне
this
интересно,
feels
почему
even
тут не
more
показывают.
than
А, вот
before.
новая
Like,
анимация.
it's just so cool.
Не знаю,
Yeah.
как
swinging
у меня
around the
нормальная
city.
анимация.
Не знаю, она
There's
немного
nothing that
странно
quite
выглядит.
beats swinging on a web in like
Знаешь, как
Скорее
будто...
всего, может, пока просто непривычно.
Не, скорее всего, они просекли тему с Майлзом, что ну, вот такие вот анимации классно выходят, и они пытались их запихнуть, но они очень странно выглядят, не знаю.
Marvel Spider-Man games, and being able to just go back and do that again and it feel amazing, and you see these slight changes in the animation where you can see
Что за
that
костюм?
Spider-Men have gotten a little bit more confident, a little bit more sure of
Really?
themselves, like playing as Miles Morales and seeing the way that he
Especially Miles, yeah.
handles a little bit differently as you're swinging and doing like your little flips and stuff. I was just like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Чувак сзади начал, сел с своего мопеда, достал штучку ручную.
They've also added in the web wings as well now, so you can switch between swinging around and gliding around too, which are they are so fun to use.
Yeah.
Like they're another one of those things that feels super satisfying.
And it's just a little simple press of triangle, and immediately
Yeah.
the web wings come out. It's a real intuitive control system as
Yeah.
well. It's just like, you know, pitching up and down on the right stick.
Ну, выглядит
swinging
обалденно.
around,
Микрофон,
the
да,
height
очень
you
хорошо
can get as well.
Yes.
If you deploy them right at the apex of a big
Наблюдаю и
speed, just like,
кайфую.
oh, and the speed. As I was swinging around with Miles, I swung through some trees, you know, swinging low down from
хочешь,
the
может,
park,
зачем этот
Yeah.
смотрим?
swung up through the canopy, and like a bunch of leaves just, like poofed out. It was just so satisfying, and the city just looked
Что это за прологи?
ridiculously
Yeah, being able
Да,
to
для
fly
тебя
over
даже
the,
не
the,
на
the,
демке.
the shorter
FPS,
areas is really
супер
satisfying, and
пиксель.
they've got rings that you can
PS5
fly
не
through,
тянет.
which are like
PS5
wind
не
tunnels
тягивает.
that like take you even further and faster.
А
So
в
again, you're
оригинале
retaining
тоже
the
фризы?
swinging, and
Ну,
again at the
Или
end of
на
the
том
ты
game, where
моменте.
you've kind of
Не-не-не, на том моменте, когда ты зашел, там были микрофризы, да.
mastered all of these moves,
И
and you know
сейчас.
just when to
Ну,
let go,
Ну,
or
вот
по-моему,
сейчас
они,
let go,
зайду
or
как
deploy
быстро.
your
Они
wings,
прям
and then
со
combining
светом,
them
я
with
так
those
понял,
as well. Oh my god,
запарились.
I'm literally just
Опа!
so excited.
Оп-оп-оп. Чё там? Опа,
Это
чё?
Это что за новое видео?
Я попросил, добавили.
Я хотел спросить, что это за симулятор Genshin Impact, но ты показал храм, и мне стало интересно.
Это что такое?
Моя любимая Лока. Я найду там фотографию, сделаю специально.
Это имба, но это, скорее всего, новый район.
Ну, это, да, новый. На старом-то не было
Excited to
такого.
be like
Это, скорее всего, Брайтон-Бич.
Это
Что
новая
это
демка.
за, блин, Genshin Impact,
Какие-то
блин,
везде Genshin
симулятор?
Impact видит аниматик, конечно. Вот этот прокуренный.
Да вот эти вот колечки, такая же
Так
история
везде такие
игрушки.
колечки ездят, ты летаешь.
Алло, это для умственно отсталых, чтобы они понимали, что если колечком, надо туда влетать. Ну, типа, видишь колечко, влетаешь в него, ну, для тупых.
Ну для Genshin Impact'еров я говорю уже.
Ну, я надеюсь, можно будет отключить, потому что меня это тоже не сильно
Но
впечатляет.
выглядит отвратительно.
Ты выглядишь отвратительно.
30
Я
hours in,
знаю.
and just
Easy
going
тоже.
around New York. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I liked the air graphics.
Yeah.
Which
That's a
sounds,
new one for you.
I know, it sounds stupid, but there's like
То это
a
тот же.
real sort of hazy thickness to the
Опа.
air quality in between the
Hazy
buildings.
thickness.
And in one section, it was like the
Я
sun
не
was
вижу
setting,
Yeah.
and you get that
thickness,
amazing
к
thing where the
сожалению.
buildings, the reflections
Ой-ой-ой,
of the buildings just look
это реально
incredible.
очень хорошо выглядит.
And you're like
Красиво.
high up between the
Я
buildings, and you
летает
can
он.
see the street below you,
Ой-ой-ой.
and there's just
Ой,
such
вот это
a
прям
quality
хорошо.
of the
Это прям
air.
очень хорошо.
Они,
It's really hard
они
to
вообще
articulate.
решили,
No,
да,
it's
из
like
него
city air,
супер
isn't it?
полет
Yeah.
Вот
делать.
вот с такими полетами костюм Эндрю Гарфилда. Amazing Spider-Man 2, guys. Срочно. С такими-то полетами костюм нужен.
Ну, вряд
Я
ли.
буду только за него бегать, если он будет.
Костюм Сэма Рэйми ж будет.
Но он, ну, это так не летал.
Ну да, но ему, скорее всего, сделали...
Гарфилд круче всех летал.
Гарфилд не летал. Никто из пауков не
Он
летал,
летал.
кроме Хохланда.
Летал.
Кстати,
Летал.
Виталь, знаешь, что я недавно понял?
Я ходил.
Мы
Года понял.
так и не прошли дополнение в Дентлайте.
Ребята, давайте, ну, сейчас про Человека-паука.
Никита, знаешь, что вспомнил? Мы с тобой не прошли дополнение для Человека-паука.
Ладно, ребят, я без вас продолжу.
Да я
And
смотрю.
I was just mesmerized.
Я,
by it.
кстати, дополнение
That's
Первого
probably another
Паука
reason
не
why I didn't finish
прошел.
the preview, 'cause I spent way too long just like,
Я прошел все.
just swinging around, looking at all this stuff. Another thing I noticed, and I love how much attention they pay to these little details. I was
Бля.
Что
swinging
не
around as
базарят,
Miles.
алло?
He was
Можно
talking
но
to a
геймплей?
gang-
Он сказал то, что...
Yeah,
А
thank you.
меня оно не интересует, алло. Меня
I
как
was
слова,
swinging
ну
under a
вообще
bridge, and all of a sudden,
Ой-ой-ой.
не
Harvey's
интересует.
voice sort of
Мне вот это
went
вот надо.
Вот на этой миссии я буду
And
жестко гореть,
just
потому что
like
с
it's
моими
such
толстыми
an
пальцами.
amazing little
Я, ну,
immersive
Я,
detail.
ну, я
I've
просто
got to
ее
do
не
this
пройду.
thing over here, but quickly, I'll just save the day over there,
Yeah.
and then I'm off again. Great, it's so
За что
exciting.
это?
Yeah, and I think they kind of dig into that with the
Да,
quick
they
switch
do.
between Miles Morales and Peter Parker as well, because you can just go into a menu, press a button, and then you fly across New York and
Можно они,
go
ну,
into
уйдут
being
отсюда?
Spider-Man, basically.
Fly
And they're always
across the
doing
New
something
York.
funny,
Опа.
is
Ой-ой-ой.
what I like. Like they're always like you
Вот это
get a little
что за
insight
жизнь?
into what it's like being a Spider-Man off duty.
это
Because I
Питер
went
Паркер?
to Pete
Нет,
and
это
he
не
had like a little
Паркер.
spider bot like
Ты его
crawling
друг.
around.
Бургер.
Техпорт.
Скорее всего, они будут собирать...
Бутерброд.
Майлз будет собирать для себя армор, потому что даже в
Мор.
трейлере был видно... Русский язык ненавижу. Даже в трейлере было видно какой-то странный костюмчик.
He was playing with it. Went over to Miles and he
Может,
was
это
just like
просто они ж
crawling around
костюмы
on a building.
показывали
One
еще
of them
тоже
was
в
doing
трейлере
city.
все равно.
Не-не-не, я тоже об этом подумал, но потом они показали костюмы чуть позже. Ну, до того момента, как они не покажут костюм, они не показывают на
Не
персонажа.
покажу.
Они, короче, сначала анонсят, а потом уже показывают.
Industries.
Industries. Дебил, блин.
Английский
Jumps
удивчий.
like on the side, but like horizontally
Industries,
off a building and
мне
stuff. So it's just it's
Show-offs,
yeah.
nay.
There's just so much joy to it though. They didn't need to do that. They could
А
just
можно не
literally
заткнуться?
like you could just open your eyes in another
Да они
Spider-Man.
просто о
But
своих
that they've
эмоциях
added all
говорят.
these little moments
Опа.
that kind of solidify
Опа,
their
да.
characters
Какие люди.
more. Is
Майлз
really,
так
really
убого
sweet.
выглядит.
But
Не
I
могу
think
на
it's
него
a
смотреть.
cornerstone of
Это
you know Marvel
метро.
Spider-Man as well. Like that
think
these
so.
characters are the center of it.
Он
It's
больше
so
на Чевкифа
just
похож.
charming
Какой
and
же
logical
он
as well.
черный.
Like again, I'd sort of like forgotten
На
just how
молодого
funny
Чевкифа
the
похож.
first game was.
Yeah.
The section of the game we were
Опять
like,
мужик
Peter's
сзади
got
завел
his
свой
symbiote
мопед.
suit on.
И
So
поехал.
I
Vroom,
expected
vroom.
he was going to be
Косить
angry,
траву.
angsty Peter. There's a little bit of that, but he's still Peter Parker.
Yeah.
He's still like the wisecracking Peter Parker you
Oh
know and love.
shit.
And like
Here we go
one of
again.
Craven the Hunter's big henchmen
Оп.
in like a bear
Крейвен Хантер.
suit.
Oh,
Опа,
yeah.
сейчас
Like
из
with his
тени
big
выпадет.
axe.
Опа, там
Опа.
глаза были.
Peter's like,
Опа,
before we
ящер.
begin, and it's just like
Р-
goes like
Паркер
that.
против ящеров.
Fresh out of honey.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he just, oh, it's great. He had to be there, but it's,
It
it
is
was
good.
just
It's
made
a
me
good
laugh a lot.
moment.
Right before quite a
Yeah.
intense mini boss battle.
I was literally just saying to Dan before we started this that my favourite line from the whole thing is angsty Peter, but when he goes,
Виталик,
Скажи.
smash your face, and it's just the way it's
Опа.
delivered is so good, and I
Скорее
can't
всего, это в той
replicate it.
церкви
You'll
будет
you'll
происходить.
see it and you'll experience it, and it'll
Yeah.
bring you joy,
Да,
but
очень
it's
происходит.
so good.
We shouldn't try and do
против ящеров.
Peter Parker impressions, but it is very good. Anyway, this leads on to what we should talk about next. The next big thing, the combat, which I think anyone who's played the first Marvel
Для
Spider-Man
Паркер
game
всегда должен
and
быть в симбиозе.
Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Тебя вообще не слышно.
Паркер должен быть
Здорово.
сильнее в симбиоте.
В симбиозе.
С кем?
as will immediately feel at home with the combat. But there's lots of additional stuff to enjoy.
Yeah, parries is the main
Parries
one.
is the big thing. I was bad at the parries. We had Brian and Tar, the creative director, before we played the game, was explaining the parries to us. It's like, if you see an enemy attacking with this yellow ring around, don't dodge that attack, and then it turns red.
Майл забьют, Майл забьют, как всегда.
Как обычно.
Блин, ну интерфейс немного
And
перегружен.
I should have listened to Brian. Should have listened to Brian.
А чё
sitting
тут
there, he
перегружено?
felt like,
Вы
oh
что,
god,
не
oh my
поняли?
god, dodge, dodge,
Есть
dodge.
подсобки на
Dodge didn't
L1 и
work,
4
and the
гаджета
big
на
attack came
R1.
down, and
Да.
I got hit hard.
Ну, я привык, что я нажимаю, и мне это высвечивается. Ну, скорее всего, так и будет.
But
Ну, там
there's,
же
you know, we
была
fought a
ульта
bunch
по
of
факту.
Craven
Хил.
the Hunter's
И
goons,
супер
and a lot of
удары.
them, you know, they're not to be trifled with.
No, they're
You've
quite
got
tough.
to be on your toes.
Это
I mean,
Кагуна, я вам
it's never
отвечаю.
the
Ёбаный
Чёртов
такие
аниме.
first game
фигуры.
was never like, okay, I can
Вышел
survive my way
оттуда,
through this.
боже,
You've got to
боже.
really-
Чистый сыночек
know
у
what
него,
move you're
Букуна на
using.
коне и
You've got to know
Дерека
what
и
enemy you're
Рено.
fighting,
Это
and
берсерк?
Да
what
ёбан.
moves to deploy against those enemies
Да
to
это
have the
как...
best chance
Да
of
я
winning.
это
отвечаю.
выглядит
It
вообще-
felt
Это
like
даже...
that. It felt
Да
like
выглядит
that.
круче,
When you
чем
do
Есть
первый.
fail,
гуля
you, like,
паразит.
absolutely work your way through a group
Yeah.
of henchmen.
Я бы
Like
хотел
sliding under,
поиграть.
like that, the slidey under the legs move is still in. Which I
Yeah.
love.
Виталик забронил
Слайд
Slide
место.
underneath them,
Я первый в
punch them into the
очереди.
air,
Yeah.
swing it
Опло.
around. Oh, it's so
Ой,
satisfying.
Мирас,
Мирас,
Что
как
делаете?
Смотрим Человека-паука.
Мы смотрим Человека-паука.
Бонус объект.
Yeah, for sure. I think kind of the
Yeah,
the
for
way that you
sure.
fight is you've got square as your
такое?
batter in, triangle to throw a little web and pull them over or pull yourself over to them.
Воздушные
Circle
бои
to
сделали
dodge,
более
and then you can
приятными.
hold L1 or R1 to do different things. So R1 is all of your gadgets, and we're
Маус теперь
using
побыстрее
the
стал.
web grabber, which pulls
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
in and kind of knocks them out, and
Ой,
also
Шок, это
another
прям
which
как этот.
spins loads of webs out the gadget.
Прям как то.
Прям как мой любимый аниме-персонаж Сон Гоку. Тоже
It's the greatest
телепортироваться
ever.
умеет.
And then the other side is basically the new
Команда
abilities, so the symbiote
анимешников.
powers for Peter Parker, which are so good. Like, it's
They're
literally...
incredibly satisfying to
It's
use.
just tentacle attack. It's tendril moments, baby. So like you can like pick up about 4
Это прям
enemies,
как-
throw them in the air, and
И
slap
Гарри
them on the
ему
ground.
скорее
It's
всего.
quite brutal, which I quite
Паук
like.
скажет.
It's a bit like, whoa,
Раздувка
Peter,
от
you're alright.
Мираса.
Every time he does one,
Раз.
and it's so
Еще
fluid,
лето
like you'll turn into a
Мираса.
little ball of goo and then throw out loads of tentacles to smack
Ты
everyone
видишь,
away
Виталик,
from it.
сколько
And how
они
that
не
kind of
перезаряжаются
reflects
или
in
что?
Miles Morales' gameplay
Не,
is
они,
he
скорее
has
всего,
evolved
просто ради
Venom
геймплея
now,
так
which is his
сделали.
bioelectric
Блин,
ability,
ну
which
если
kind
это
of
будет
Чтобы
takes
как-
it
тебе
up to a
Старое
динамически
new
добивание.
собираюсь.
level. So you'll hold
Старое
your
добивание видел?
L1
Да, знаю.
reflects in Miles Morales'
Я играл в игру,
gameplay
алло.
is he has evolved
Старое
Venom
добивание,
now,
вот,
which is
вот.
his
Старое.
bioelectric
Я играл в игру,
ability is
алло.
kind of
Такое
taken
было.
up
знаю.
to a new
Серьезно?
level. So you'll hold
Прикинь.
your L1, press the
Офигеть.
face
Не
button,
было,
and unleash
врешь.
one of his abilities,
Я
which
играл,
is
я
just
видел.
electrocuting people, doing massive area damage attacks. There's all sorts in there. It's really, really fun. And I was looking through the menus at kind of what
Really,
other
really
abilities
fun.
you can get and how the skill tree system
Опять
works.
бьют.
And it's just
Негра
loads
бьют.
to play with.
О,
And
опять
there are
как
also
Гоку.
things up that I just
О,
О,
won't
это
mention.
реально Гоку.
The suits,
Что за
the
килла,
suits, chef's
ёбаный?
kiss, because you can unlock so many different suits from doing
ЧВК
different
Редан, это вы?
side missions and
Шоку-
different like,
Шоку
main story
наворачивается от
bits,
пуль,
and just
прям как
basically you
этот,
can earn
прям
so
как
many
Человек-паук.
suits, but you can also
Офигеть.
spend
Что он
your
летает, как
points
Супермен?
and coins and all sorts of bits to unlock suit
Боже,
variants
алло,
within
это
the
как
А,
games. So
реалити.
you
я
can
понял,
dress up
для
Miles
чего, скорее
Morales
всего,
in
эти
like pink and
кружка, нет,
black
не понял.
instead of his
Это
like
просто
silk
для
red and
дебилов.
black, or use like
Не-не-не,
Это просто для дебилов показать, что тут
дум-
ускорение.
Ну да, не для ускорения, но я думал, что они еще будут как этот, как
Что?
навигация до миссии, потому что появилась
Нет,
вот эта
они,
фигня.
это типа направление
Я понял.
ветряных
Опа.
потоков.
Опа, игра стала немножко, ну, в веру уходить или что там.
different
Yes.
colors on all of them, and it's so good. Like the customization that was in
It's so
Marvel Spider-Man
good.
has been just again dialed up to 11, where you can play around with so many different things and have your hero look exactly how you want them to, with loads of references to other media as well.
I like those sort of like
О, нет.
breaking up the pacing, adding a little bit of gameplay
Вернулся.
variety in between them, swinging around.
Вернулся.
punching
Моя
Stealth.
любимая
little
миссия с
stealth
ним,
moments as
конечно.
well, where you got to get
Yeah.
this
Stealth
little robot
говно,
guy past a
Идёт,
couple of
идёт
guys
к
and
своему
webs
дому.
of musical instruments to provide a
Ой-ой-ой.
distraction.
Yeah.
So
Ой-ой-ой.
you've got, I did not expect to be
Насрал.
controlling a robot spider and shooting web at some cellos to distract
Yeah.
a guard. But that is a thing I did.
You have
It's
to be
very, very
careful
cool.
as well, because the first thing I did was shoot a man in the face, obviously, because I was like, let's see
Самая
what this web
лучшая
does. And
миссия.
they see you, and
Они
then
в
they shoot
DLC
your little
были.
spider.
And you get a sad little animation of
что
the
это?
spider just like.
So good, like it's proper like a
Yeah.
dead spider with all the legs
Что
tucked
это?
in. I was like, this was worth it.
Это он так
But yeah,
прыгает?
it's really
Да-да-да.
good. There's so many little mini
Да,
games in
он
there as well.
просто часть
Ну,
так же
По-моему,
примерно.
чел на машинке, который сзади меня сгорел, потому что, ну, машинка сгорела, потому что начала пахнуть жареным. Травой такой сгоревший.
Like you breaking
Разбился.
up different parts of a molecular structure
I
to
love that bit.
Yeah.
It's like again an
Ой-ой-ой.
evolution of the cool little science sequence mini games you could do in the first
Да,
game.
что,
Just that
блядь, это
variety of
где
it is
они?
just, and
В коллайдере,
another
блядь?
thing I thought was really cool.
Да-да-да, тот, который
one of
частицы
the early
перекидывал.
bits as you're controlling Peter, almost like a tutorial really, but
похож.
it's like you have to put out a
Скорее
bunch
всего, он
of
в этой
fires
миссии
рак.
помогает Гэри.
webbing
yeah.
and just
Гэри.
it's basically
Гэри.
like,
Улитки,
here's
типа?
how you
Утконос.
traverse around
Гэри
the
утконос.
Гэри, кстати, его звали.
Хотел пробить.
И Гэри, я 2 раза обосрался. Гэри утконос.
Гэри утконос. Стол пока ты можешь.
inside. But it was just like a cool way of presenting that. I thought
Yeah.
just quickly flinging around these different levels, using your web to
With
pull open,
different levels.
spring.
Да, это все
Сколько
одна миссия.
это?
Это все одна миссия. Например,
Сколько это
Yeah.
Гэри
Реально
утконос?
коллайдер.
I really
Вот
enjoyed all
он.
that stuff.
Non-fire.
Also, flushing a toilet to distract a guard.
Yeah.
Flashing
something like
a
that, yeah.
Likes
toilet.
that a lot.
Yeah,
Опа.
yeah,
we
really
should,
like
we should
that
move on to
shit.
the big exciting set piece,
Yeah.
the battle against
Piece.
the lizard, which we saw
One
a little
piece.
bit of in the
Анимешники
showcase
тупые.
footage. But you've now played that bit, Ash.
Yes.
ой-ой-ой.
Этот прям как в Драгонболе был такой.
Good.
Yeah, just
Блин,
more
это
than that,
как,
obviously.
это как
It,
Бэтмен
it
есть
was
про-
really, really good.
персонаж.
So I'm not going to
Я
take
не
you to
знаю, как
spoiler
его
town
зовут.
too much, but if you don't want to
Это
know
прям
прямо
anything
как
about
в
the boss
Hunter
fight
x
or
Hunter
about kind of the
такая,
story,
такой же
then
был.
you know, don't
Помните,
listen.
Паркерского
But yeah,
периода
you
там
go
такой
to
же был.
fight the lizard, who is
Помните,
in a
Star
big
Wars там
sewer
такой же был?
system that you've then got an arena
Неправда,
in.
не было.
And it's basically using all of the skills that you've learned so far, but then also
О, у него
learning some new
щиты
stuff as
появились.
you go as well, because this introduces the blue
О,
ring,
всё
which
украли
is
из Web of Shadows.
unparryable, and you have to dodge it. So you have even more
Реально
things
Web
that
of
you've got to pay
Shadows 2.
attention to, use your spidey
А,
Только
вон
я
там
ещё
берсерк мод
and
справа
figure
есть.
out. And the lizard fight,
спартанская ярость.
obviously, spider
Вон,
use your spidey senses
вот спартанскую ярость добавили.
Договор вернули.
Возвращение
and
Мгм.
figure
Really
out.
proud.
And the lizard fight, obviously, Spider-Man,
Невероятно.
Marvel
в принципе.
Spider-Man is just
Ну,
all
ты не
about these
дышишь, по
massive
крайней
boss
мере.
battles that are
Наконец-то.
super satisfying, super cinematic. It's
Дискорд?
not
Чуть
just, you know,
качество
just
как
in one
будто чуть
room. You bust out,
странное,
you're going across
но это
New
лучше в
York,
любом
and
случае.
there's
Да,
Craven the
классно
Hunter coming
выглядело.
in, and you've got to like fight all these different things, dodge them. You basically get to do
Ой-ой-ой.
the sort of cool, badass,
Да
fun
никогда
stuff
от
that you
них не
see in the
уклонялся,
Hudson
лицом
River
ловил.
sequence, but through a city,
Как
which is
обычно.
it's just
Ну да, ничего
so
нового.
mind-blowingly fun to play and
Треугольник
see.
нажмите,
It's really, really
долбоёбы.
good. But yeah, this battle,
Это для вот этих вот людей были сделаны эти кружочки, которые такие, чё, треугольник, зачем? Кружочек, ну ладно.
I was just
Ладно.
gawking at the lizard the whole time because he's put together
Gawking?
so well. He has like his mouth open, his little tongue is wiggling the whole time.
Зачем он в
Which
него
I know isn't
стреляет?
the point of the boss battle, but it was
Упоров,
so
вот,
cute.
чё доебал.
And yeah, you've got to figure out kind of
Yeah.
how to stun him to get him on the floor so you can beat him up, and you can use environmental stuff. You can pull open grates and kind of flash him with steam so you get a little steam cooked
Да,
lizard.
реально они так
And then you can
добавили
beat
щит
him up with
и
your spider
резкий
fist.
удар при
It's just
блокировании,
like so
парировании.
really
Я
well
Web of
thought out.
Shadows.
And
Это
the
тупо
preview ended.
РПГ.
So
Web of
I
Shadows 2.
chased down
Никита во всем видит
Connors,
аниме и РПГ,
got the
Никита,
lizard. I'm trying to
выйди
give him the
отсюда.
antidote, which is what we've been doing in the
Я ненавижу Web of
Представляешь.
Shadows 2.
I've chased him down,
Ну,
fought him in the
это
sewer,
игра
gone
так-то
out
с
the
элементами
city,
РПГ,
Craven the Hunter's
держу в
trying to
курсе.
С
grab him.
какими
and I'm
элементами
trying to give him his
РПГ, Никита?
antidote.
Если в ней есть ветка прокачки, это не значит, что это РПГ.
Блядь, включай быстро, мне хавать
Это
надо.
один из
Давай, давай.
элементов.
Figure it
Мне
out.
кто-то
And
показал.
Craven the Hunter shoots him
Ой-ой-ой.
into the building, and Peter Parker is on
Ящер
the
падает.
lizard, and then that's the preview ended. So I don't know what
Cliffhanger.
happened.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, I was like,
Wow.
I need to know. I
Devastation.
need to know. It's just
Ой-ой-ой.
Peter Parker on top of this lizard,
Опа.
and then there's
Oh,
black
oh.
screen with Marvel Spider-Man 2, and I was like, oh god, no, to do
Ну,
a
такой
preview.
You'd have to wait. You'd have to wait until October 20th,
Yeah.
which isn't that long.
Я думал, он его спасет.
It's really close.
Я думал, он его спасет. А он что сделал?
Мой герой. Мой герой.
Что он? Я думал, он его спасать будет там. Сейчас.
Он хотел напополам порвать. Давай дальше.
It's just
блин, вот
honestly
это
that
вот
boss
самое, я
battle, like
пошел в
that's the
контрастике
main
номер
thing that I took
2.
away from it. It kind of wiped all my memories of the week and just put in lizard mode because it was so good.
My main takeaway was like the amount of variety,
Вкусняшки.
like, you know, visually, and when you're just, you know, the L1 and R1 thing, where you can pick up a thing on the street and like twirl it around, throw it at enemies, just the increased variety of the things that you can do. So you're fighting.
О, кстати, у него тут
you're
еще,
fighting, like,
ну,
there's like little robot dogs as well.
желтый,
Yes,
желтый
That
этот
you fight
симбиот.
and
They're
like,
tough.
and they are quite tough, but you can, if you get them stunned,
Чё ты высрал?
web them and swing them around
ты
and
видел,
throw them
ладно?
as well.
Симбиот
And it's just
Электро.
Там электросимбиот был у него оранжевый, а не синий, как показывают сейчас везде. Скорее всего, оно по сюжету изменит. У кого женщина на фоне, говорит Катя?
Да потом, да Катю потом заткнешь. Давай быстрее.
Oh, I really, I was fighting
Да
them
вот
with Miles,
сейчас.
and just the little lines that he was sit, stay. I was just those little disarming moments of dialogue where you just start
Yeah.
laughing in the middle of a fight. It's so perfectly Spider-Man. It's
Oh
great.
yeah, and the takedowns as well with the symbiote suit.
Oh.
Just a little shout out to those because again they're quite brutal. Like not that they're bloody or violent, but they're just quite. You just know it would sting to get hit by it. Like there's one where it's
Не-не-не,
just
прям как в
knee
первой
to the
части.
face.
You definitely feel the power
Да,
of
как
the
в первой части.
symbiote in those moves,
Yeah.
and that sort of like that sort of edge to Peter
Чё Мирас
Parker
сейчас
now.
высрал?
100%.
It's really.
Мирас оно,
I
по-моему,
was so
замутит
Нет,
надо.
impressed with
это
it
просто
and
в
cannot
этом
wait to play the
самом,
full
в
game.
качестве
Please let us know in the comments if you're looking forward to the full game. Marvel Spider-Man 2 coming to PS5 on October 20th. If you're not looking forward to it, what's
Короче,
wrong
они
with you? It's
наоборот
going to be
сделали
amazing.
You should be now.
You should be